This is World War II Buff coming to you with another video. This is part 2 of the British Commonwealth equipment. Okay, so starting off, we got the World War I WPG gas mask. It's not bad. Prices, I'd say, it was pricey for every single Commonwealth one, but the German ones are really cheap, $50, $200. A big price difference, which is a lot cheaper for all you World War I German reenactors. So you're lucky when it comes to the gas masks. Moving along is World War II, just showing the difference. Contents is cardboard, I'm afraid. Wish it wasn't, but World War II Canadian, made 1942. If you see anything with that mark, with the C in that, with the crow's foot in the middle, that is Canadian. That means it's Canadian. It's worth quite a lot more, especially the ammo pouches. If you find any same ammo pouches with the same marking, that is worth quite a bit of money right there. It's worth about 40 compared to 20 with the two standard English. And the biggest way to tell if it is a World War II compared to a post-war, first thing you can tell right off the back, if it does not have these, and it has, I'll move along here, if it has this style of strap, that means it is post-war. Gas mask bags, this means it's World War II. That's 1943, as you can see. So anyway, if this has a button, that probably means it's World War II. So if they don't know and it has a button, that's a good thing saying it's World War II. And if it says it's Canadian, make sure if they don't have a photo of it, I wouldn't get it. If they have a photo of it, and it has this marking, I would get it if you're doing Canadian. Moving on, I may as well show this because I've done all these, and I'm just gonna. So 1942 original, yes, 1942 but say it was original. 1950 post-war training gas mask, but identical to World War II. Original strap with it. Like I say, it has this this type of strap. And moving on to the footwear now. Puttees used during World War I and World War II. World War I all through. World War II mostly early and used. A lot of the soldiers kept them after Africa, but the second they got their hands on these, they kept these because they're a lot more comfortable and they're quite practical. These take about probably like 5 minutes to put on. These take about like 5 seconds each. Well, not really. Probably 15 seconds. You just got to put it around your foot. Pull this one through, attach, and you're done. So make sure you do it properly. They did have these the other way around, but it looks proper. You can have it that way, you can have it down. But really, they had it where it's sort of facing this way. Of course, it's going to be facing that way. But I just put it like that, because that's how I like to have it. They say it's not incorrect, and there's a lot of photos with them sticking out, but that's how the manual said it. But a lot of soldiers had it in because it's just more convenient, not having it stick out, and stuff hit it that way, it would push it out, so they just had it that way anyway. So the soldiers themselves had it. That's what you gotta look out for. Like how did the soldier have it? Not how did the manual, because the manual is just when Sarge was around, you had it properly at training camp. When this is warfare, no one cares how you look, unless there's a high-ranking general or your sergeant's always on top of it. But if not, they just had it how it was comfortable, how it was most efficient for them, for better fighting and just more comfort. And move on to headgear, whatever you like to call it, is a Tommy style helmet, or Mark II, Mark III, I can't remember. This is just your standard Tommy helmet, not turtle helmet, which is the later war, a lot of post-war, and that was used all the way up to the Falklands. It was replaced, I can't remember when it was replaced, but it stayed for about 30 years. It stayed for a while. Anyway, there was different variants. Of course, there was the Canadian style, just for the third Canadian infantry only. And there was the British style. Then there was the updated English style. Then the updated again. The two updated ones after the war was just the helmet liner and the chin strap. And this is a British paratrooper style or Canadian style head net, the two-colored one. Most of them were just a really fine, just a khaki or green, or tan if it was on a tan helmet, or burlap helmet cover if it was World War I. Tan helmet nets were were mostly used just in Africa. But they were brought over because, I mean, like, if you see a helmet, you're probably gonna get seen anyway if they can see it, of course. And the difference between helmet net and helmet cover, this is a helmet net and a burlap helmet cover that goes all the way over. That's the cover, of course. Moving on to the second piece, civil defense, Navy or MP. I'm not sure. I think by this helmet net, I think it's civilian, but I can't be 100% sure. So if you know, please leave link down in the comments. Or if anything I do wrong or incorrect, please write down. I don't find it rude or offensive. I find it more like, thanks for the information. I will improve my uniform. Moving along is my beret. This would be used. I'm using it for my armored uniform, my British World War II North Africa British Armored Corps uniform. And move along to the mess tins now. World War I, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh, this is early war. This would have been used. I think it was used pre-war until this style came out with the P-37 webbing. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but this was used definitely pre-war. As you can even see, some with Winston Churchill walking by. Some of these have them on their large packs attached. And here's the cover for it. These did not have covers, although they did have the white canvas ones, but they were very rarely seen, and most of them you don't really know because they were in their backpacks. So there's like 3 or 4 original ones I've only seen. Those are photos. One was I did see, but it was very expensive because it was rare. Now moving along to the small pack is I had on the top socks. Of course, they have the mess tins, emergency ration. They would also have just the little housewife's kit, which would just have sewing needles, buttons. This is where you put your sewing needle through here, and you can get this off at Reenactors Marketplace, which is on Facebook. You just gotta follow the group, like the group, and you just gotta put in your. You don't have to put anything. It's just you have to write this little thing, and you get accepted by the group, and it's all PayPal and trading. They trade for stuff. They trade stuff. I've ordered this off, and it's been very fair. Very. No one's ever cheated anyone. Usually they get shut down, and they're not allowed on it again, or they're reported. So it's very good, the system they have anyway. So I definitely recommend that. Moving on to the personal wash kit. This would be in it sometimes, but mostly it's on outside of and just in here randomly. Shaving soap.